All right. Hello, hello. Just trying to get my camera set up. All right. All right. I think it looks okay. Joel's here. All right. Okay. Right, Ryder's here. All right. I'm trying to get this camera set up right, so you got a decent view. I think what I ought to do is flip the camera around. Let's do that. Hello. All right. Maybe that's better. Let me tilt you up a little bit. All right. That should be a pretty good view, I think. Howdy, Joe. Let's see. I don't think I can't see. Can't see how many people are in the chat. All right. I've got to adjust this. Where do I do that? There we go. All right. We ready for part 2? So, it looks to me like part 1 turned out pretty good. So, he's still hanging together and worked out all right. So, he's drying slowly. All right. And of course, I don't know if you can see this one though. He's not really in the camera, which is the one I did before. So I will have 3 of them now. But I gotta make more. So this one's a little bit stiffer than what the other one was. You want some good advice, Joel? Save all your plastic bags from your clay. You will need them eventually. Okay. So you had a lot of people in your live, Joel. Seemed to be pretty good. Pretty good turnout for you. I'm just going to shape his mouth a little bit. All right. Hi, Leah. Hi, Todd. Nice to see you here. You got in here early tonight. Yes, you did come back. I appreciate it. Leah should have some special powers today. I don't know if I gave some to Joel or not. I'll have to check. Let me see if... let's see. Let's see here. Hang on, Joel. All right, there you go. More special than usual, yeah. Well, you both really helped me out a lot, so that's why. I appreciate it. But I only give that power to people I trust. And you guys earn my trust. Blue Rush of Power, yep. My top, how many dolphins did I make? I made one last night, and I'm making this one here tonight. And I had one that I made a while back. This one here. So I have 3 total, but I will have to end up making more. They just take a while to make, that's all. So I don't suspect this will take that long. We'll see. Thank you, Leah, for sharing that. Matab, are you able to do pottery where you're from? Is there any way you're able to do it there? Or are there some good potters around you where you live? Looks like I'm cutting my head off, aren't I? Let me move the screen up a little bit. Let's try that. We'll see how that looks. There we go. I think that's better, right? You don't understand what I'm saying? All right. Just flattening out right now to make a tail. Just made it thin. And I cut the tail out. You've been cutting your head off? Yeah, well, I just happened to look up at my screen and I could see that you guys couldn't even see me. It happens. Let's see. So I'm just working on getting the tail made. Yeah, I didn't realize that when you guys were posting your lives, you do it right before you go on Discord. I didn't realize you were doing that. I thought I'd just put it on there ahead of time. Or at least you can give people a heads up, you know, when you're going live. So, but looks like none of you guys are doing that. So. Said, did I watch the video you sent me? I didn't get a chance to watch it yet, no. But it actually looks pretty good. Sharon, hello. I'm glad you came. It's worth the wait, Joe? All right. I hope so. I think it is. Gail's how? Gail? Hey, Gail, how you doing? You see you're a wrench, Gail? You're welcome, Gail. Hope everybody had a good day today. I had a pretty good day. What does the wrench mean? The wrench means you're a moderator. So if you see somebody that has some foul language, you can actually you can silence them. So it gives you the power to help control the chat. We don't allow foul language in here. Sometimes you get people in here that just they want to cause problems, and we don't want any of that. So, I mean, you don't have to help out with any of that, but I wanted to highlight your name because you have a lot of experience in this field, and I think you have some stuff to contribute to the stream. And so I wanted to make sure your name was highlighted. I have some other moderators in here that usually take care of bad actors. They're pretty quick on the draw, right, Leah? There you go. Leah's got it. That's what we allow and don't allow, pretty much. Yeah, unfortunately, Gail, sometimes you get people in here that just want to cause problems, and we're just not all about that. Especially calling Bert a doll. That's funny. Hey, Marco, how you doing? It's rainy where you live, huh? We haven't had rain for a while here in Pennsylvania, at least where I'm at. You're right, Sharon, they do. Yeah, you need to use a canoe to walk your dogs. Oh my. That's funny. I need to cut this off here so it's a little easier for me to work if I can tilt it. Get it there. Now I can at least tilt it up. I need to build this up back here. Need to help add some strength back here. When I go to add that cup on, it really wants to lean forward. Well, Gail, we try to keep it that way. That's why we have good moderators in here that a lot of times you won't see it. And I really don't want anybody to see it, you know. So, if we ever have kids that are in here, which if there are any kids in here, don't ever say how old you are. But if kids are in here, I don't want them to see that foul language or anything like that, or even hear it from me. So, I mean, there's going to be mistakes every once in a while, but I just don't want to have it all the time. We don't share addresses in here from where your home address or anything like that. We don't share that. We want people to know where you live. Your phone number. We don't want people to know your phone number. Just keep it nice. So I need to make that curve in here a little bit more. And his tail needs to be shaped right. Thank you, Marco. Yeah, we don't like mods on power trips for sure. Yeah, surprisingly, the thin base does. It holds it, and it's a wide base though. It's got some width to it, so it's not going to allow it to tip or anything. These will likely not be used very, very often to drink out of. You obviously could, but chances are they're not going to. They're probably going to sit on the shelf and look pretty. Yeah, Marco, it's looking good. So far, they're looking good. I'm just putting some clay back here around that tail to help support it more. Now do it the same the other side. How did the Dolphin Cup do overnight? It did very well, Gail. It's still holding together. So it's doing really well. I'm pretty happy with it. You see the fins are still good. They didn't dry out too fast yet. I'm just keeping it covered, and letting it just slowly dry out. And being in the basement actually helps a slow dry. Hey Bob, glad to see you're back. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate that. Did you get your clay? I know you were talking about needing to get some clay. My kiln is supposed to be here Wednesday. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Yes, I'm taking good care of him, Gail, for sure. He's probably getting pretty hungry, Joe. Kiln tour. Yeah, Wednesday's the day. When I get the new kiln, I will have to show everybody the new kiln. And I just cleaned out my other kiln. And you can clearly see that my pieces didn't turn out very well because they didn't fire completely. But we get a second chance at it, so. Didn't have any maple syrup. Am I ready for the kiln? No, not exactly. I do not have all the wiring in yet. I have another piece of wiring, of heavy wiring, but I don't think it's long enough. So I'm probably going to have to go to Lowe's and pick up some more because I want to run I think I'm going to run a separate line because I had my old kiln wired direct, and I think I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I think so. I don't know. It comes with a plug on it, like a 60 or 650 or something like that. So it's a dryer plug, you know, but say a 50 amp plug. I guess if I was smart, I wouldn't wire it direct, but I really haven't decided yet. I didn't buy the plug yet, obviously, so either I buy the box I have in there now, the same box, or I get a plug to just plug the kiln in, which I might just do anyhow, just get a plug. But yeah, I gotta do that. So when you see it Wednesday, I will not have that stuff done. I will have to probably wait till the weekend to do all that, which kind of stinks because I'd like to fire it. I got stuff to fire. I am excited for sure, Gail. Marco, have a great evening, guys. It's my nap time. I'll check back next. Okay. See you later, Marco. Thank you for stopping in, bud. Joel, you're going to send down some to me in a pallet of clay. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think Bob was already on it. He's like, wait a minute here. He's probably not ready for the kiln yet. And he's right. I do all the wiring and stuff myself. When I moved into this house, we only had a 100 amp service. And I knew I was going to be running a kiln. So I upgraded the service. I had a new line put in from the pole to the house. I put in a new weatherhead. So I have a new wire coming down from the weatherhead out to the pole. And then from the weatherhead in, I have a new wire going to a brand new panel, a 200 amp panel that I put in, and rewired everything from the house back into the new panel. So I have the amperage now. And I probably could run 2 kilns at a time. However, I'm not going to do that. It seems hard to be truly prepared. Well, I mean, it sounds like a lot, but it's really just running a heavy wire and putting another plug in, you know, on the wall. So it's not bad, really, when it comes down to it. Let's see. Good evening. Yeah, good evening, Sabrina. Good to see you here. Gee. Where's Laura gone? Okay. Oh, so you have 100 for the home and 200 for the shop? Okay. Yeah, there's just no way I could have ran my kiln on a 100 amp service. The kilns are rated for nearly 50 amps anyhow, so there's no way I was going to have that kind of a draw and then try to run everything else in the house. It just wasn't going to happen. And I'm no electrician. I mean, I know what I know enough to cause problems, but I've done enough of it that I haven't burned anything down yet, and I feel pretty confident that won't happen. 2 kilns at a time ups the bill tremendously. Yeah, it does, because if I go out and look at my meter, just running 1 kiln, it's going, I mean, it's just spinning. So, well, they don't spin anymore, do they, Ben? The numbers just calculate real quick. Sharon, how many pieces do you typically put in the kiln at one time? Well, Sharon, it depends on the size, really. I mean, you could put a lot of mugs in a kiln. And, you know, here's the thing is if I made all of one thing, I could probably fit them in a lot easier. Because I have different things I'm putting in. I have some mugs, I have some bowls, um, of all different sizes and shapes. So when you do that, you can't quite fit as much in the kiln. You kind of got to arrange the kiln by the height of the pieces for the different shelf levels. So I have to say it depends what you could, because you could have one big piece fill up a whole kiln. And typically I've been getting, on the average, roughly about 40-50 pieces in a kiln, which is actually pretty good. But yeah, it just depends on the size of the pieces, really. Marco is Laura. Oh, that's right. Sorry. It's hard to remember everybody, to be honest with you. Well, you said you had to go, Laura, so I won't keep you, but thank you for stopping in. Yep, it is good. Did I have the space for it? I could probably put 3 kilns in that room. And probably if I remove the shelving from the one side, I'd probably get another kiln in there too yet. What's nice is that room is already vented to the outside. I have a fan that I got from work. It's just a small fan. And I put it up in the openings where that room vents out. That way I could pull all those gases out of the room. You need a new box to have the kiln? Okay. It's ready to go, but I gotta go live and finish up the order. Okay, Ben. Hey, have a good live, Ben. And anybody else, Ben's a very good potter. He does a lot of flower pots and stuff like that. And he's been doing it all his life. He's a good one to check out. Bob's gonna hop over. Yeah, electrical box. Yeah, you need an electrical box to plug your kiln in. I guess that's what you need. I still feel like I need to support this more. It's like one of the weakest points on this thing, and I just don't want it breaking. And less chance of it actually leaning during the firing process. Yeah. Yeah, his wheel is definitely buildable. I wanted to take a closer look at it to see the motor, and then there should be probably a rubber end on the end of that motor that goes against the I don't know, we want to call it a bigger piece at the bottom, the flywheel. Um, and somewhere it sounds like there's a bearing or something, and I just wanted to see what was going on, so maybe I could help him out and help him come up with a solution to fix it. Because it looks like a decent wheel. It's definitely buildable for sure. I'm in the process of building myself a treadle wheel. It's a Leech treadle wheel. Out in my wood shop. I haven't had much time to really work on it, really, because I'm down here most of the time. And now it's going to be getting colder, and that wood shop is not heated. So it won't be too pleasant to be out there working here soon. Yeah, we used to run our 220 welders off of the dryer plug when we were racing. Oh, yeah, cool. That's exactly right, says Joel. That's what I think too, Bob. I think we could probably find a way to dampen that noise down for him. The wheel is simple. It's a very simple wheel, and as most of them are, even today. But there can't be that much going wrong in it. You know, there's got to be something simple to fix. I have a mechanical aptitude anyhow, so it could probably help him out with it. You cheated until you got the wiring? So you were going to use the, oh here, okay, I skipped a few. There is a bearing on the rubber wheel that is worn down and needs replacing. Okay. Well, bearings are easy to replace, actually, Joel. I mean, if all you need to know is the ID and the OD, and actually just take the bearing with you into an auto parts store, probably, and see if they have a replacement for it. If they don't, then go to McMaster Car, if you know what that is, and you can probably find a bearing in there to match it. A lot of times you'll be able to find a number on that bearing. That would help you a lot if you can find a number on it. Gail says, I was going to use the dryer plug for an old manual kiln I had during COVID and just unplug. Yeah, that would be, if you could do that, Gail, that would work for sure. Because it's the same plug. Yeah, yeah, Bob could tell you. Okay, you know McMaster Car and used, okay, good. If you can find a number, a part number on that bearing, you could probably find a replacement out of McMaster Car. And stuff out of McMaster Car is fairly cheap anyhow, so I mean the products aren't bad. I'm just saying it might be cost effective for you to do it that way. All right, so I think he's well supported there. So I'm going to work on getting the fins made up. This other clay is starting to get a little too hard to use. We'll just push him off to the side. Where'd my other clay go to? There it is. Okay, yeah, Joel, just try it. See if you can find it. Yeah, you have to vent it out the window, Gail, but you should be able to buy something that you could leave the window up and then put in something that you can vent out. I'm sure you'll find some at Lowe's or Home Depot or something like that. All right, Sharon says you have to go for tonight. I hope you'll have a great evening. Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate you coming. Come back now, you hear? That's right, Bob. We can. Yeah. So that was just a brand name, yeah. Yeah, good one, Bob. Yeah. Orchta? I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Oh, you thought it was going to be a rattlesnake? No, it's a dolphin. It would look like this. But I could see how you could probably come up with that. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, though. Is it Orchta? Orchta? I'm sorry, I'm not good at that. Oh, Scott. Yeah, I thought that's what you meant, Gail. So yeah, spell check's wonderful. It always knows what you mean, right? You get one letter wrong because you're typing and it's a little tiny keyboard and it decides you meant this. I get you. All right, so let's make some fins. Let's do the dorsal fin first. I'll put a hole back here too. Let's see. I can't use that one. Let's try to use this and do a hole back here. Probably right about in here. Yep, that went through. All right. Now I got to cut out his fins. Yeah, it does to me too, Gail. I think it does to everybody. Well, that's what I'd like to see, Bob, is for him to get his camera down there so we could actually see everything and what's going on. I'm sure it's something simple to figure out, right? You know. Thank you very much for your comment. Yeah, it does kind of look like that, Bob. Let's see. You just have to ask nice, Bob. You can probably throw a little bit of maple syrup in that bearing, make it run a little better. Yeah, just a little funny. Yeah, you like that too, Joel? Hey, a little bit of maple syrup probably goes a long way. How long have I been doing these crafts? I guess roughly 20 years. So many years. You like the shape of that fin? Yeah, I'm trying to make it look like a dolphin fin. I think their fins are always a little different, you know? So, got a little bit of a different looking fin. It's probably better if I put it on the side, but I think it'll be all right. I probably need to cut it off here a little bit. Maybe not have that part hanging so much. It's just an electric motor on a pivot. It's spring loaded to its resting position, is up off the flywheel, and then I push down. Yeah, okay. And it's very simple, yeah. That shows why, nice, it shows why you're so calm working on the piece. I would have been stressed out. Yeah, yeah. I got a stressful job, so this is relaxing for me, believe it or not. Oh, believe me, though, it could be very frustrating at times. So then where's the bearing at, Joel? Where's the bearing sitting that's wore out? Is the bearing wore out in the motor? Is that what it is? I wonder if that's what's making that noise. Because you wouldn't have a bearing anywhere else. I wouldn't think so, unless it's in the pivot. But there's probably a bearing on the end of the motor, which you probably won't be able to get to or change. That could be the case. And he says, I believe it. All right. So all I'm doing is putting those on the side of the fin so that it helps support it a little bit more. Since the fin is so narrow. And I also want to blend that in more, you know, blend it into the body a little bit more like this. Yeah, that's what I think too. That's what I think too, Bob. That's why I'm thinking it's the bearing that's on the motor, on the end of the motor there where the shaft comes out. I bet it's that bearing that's wore out. And in that case, I don't know how you would replace that. I mean, you can tear apart the electric motor, but you might want to have, if you don't know anything about electric motors, you might want to have some help with it. Because if you're not careful pulling electric motors apart, you could rip up some important wiring on the inside. Ask me how I know. No, as a kid, I always tore things apart. That was the problem with me, is I always had to see how they worked. It just amazed me how things worked. So you learn what to do and not to do. Okay, that'd be good, Joel. So the end of the drive shaft on the mono, there is a rubber wheel, yes. The bearing connects at the wheel to drive. Yep. That's what I'm saying, Joel. It's probably on the motor, right? If you make a video, that would definitely help us out. Absolutely, Joel. Because I don't know that you're going to get the proper bearing for the motor. And I'm not sure you're going to be able to find that. That's a pretty old wheel. And it would take some work to remove that motor, take it apart, pull the bearing out of it, and try to find a bearing that's going to match. And a lot of times when electric motors get that bad that the bearing wears out, you get a new motor. That's typically what people do, because it's not cost effective to rebuild them a lot of times, unless it's a big motor, you know. But yours is a small motor, I'm sure. Yeah, Bob, I'm sure Bob might have some suggestions too. All right, so I'm just blending them in right now, smoothing them out. And then I shouldn't have to touch that fin again. That's basically the fin and how I did that. I guess I really didn't show you the side on how I did that. But I think his fin might be a little bit too high up here. I don't know. I'll keep it like that for now. And if I don't know. We'll see how I feel about it later. I don't want to cut it off just yet. So now we can do the side fins. All right, Joel. Yeah, blowhole vent, yeah. That's so that moisture can get out from the inside of this too. You like the way the fin looks? All right, Gail. I mean, I think I do too. I just, when I'm doing stuff like this, I kind of think, well, do I like it? No, I don't like it. I want to change it. That's why I figure when I do something like this, I'll let it like that and then kind of just think about it, All right, so now I need to make the side fins. I think that would be a good size. Let's copy it. I gotta start getting on the treadmill. Lose this. All right. You're right. No two dolphins are alike. So why should these be alike? It's not like this is production stuff, right? Doesn't come out of a mold. This is all hand built, as you can tell. And I have it on tape. Oh, digital form now. We don't say tape anymore, I guess. Yes, you explained vents, but I didn't know where you meant. Yeah, that's why I put a hole up here so that any moisture can vent out in the firing process. Yeah, that's what I do too, Gail. I'll sleep on it, get up and come down, look at it, and think, yeah, I can live with that. Or if I come down and say, no, I don't like it, I'll change it. That's just the way it is. Just the way it is. And it's better to do it that way. At least it works out better for me that way. That way I'm not right away destroying something that I probably would have wished I didn't destroy. So. Yes, when I get my new kiln, I will definitely show you guys the brand new kiln. All nice and shiny. You guys seen my old kiln, right? I'm pretty sure you did. It's quite old. He also says, I had a teacher that would have us stand up, walk around, and then glance back at our pieces to see them in different angles. That's a very good point. Yes, that is a very good point. Because the perspective you have here is a lot different from over there, I totally get that. Totally. All right. We got some fins. So we're ready to put them on his body. Pretty big fins. Oh well, the other one had big fins too. I remember I called him Flipper. So he will go probably there. All right. So since this piece is starting to harden up a little bit, I mean, I probably wouldn't have to scratch. It just assures me that I will have a better surface of attachment if I do scratch. So I put a little bit of water on it and simply put the fin on there, kind of wiggle it down into the clay. And that's kind of what I do, is just wiggle it down into the clay. I'm kind of pushing as well. And then what you saw with the dorsal fin, I'll add 2 rolls of clay down each side of this fin as well, and this one, to help stiffen them up, because they will be a fragile part of this piece. Uploading short now. Okay, good, Joel. Perfect. You saw the kilns? Okay. You saw the one kiln. I only had the one kiln, but yeah. And it sticks to a partially dried area. Yeah, when you scratch your clay like that, it'll help almost make a little bit of a slip, per se, because then when you add the water to it, it makes it look really loose, and it makes a better adhesion to the other piece. If you have 2 pieces of clay that are the same dryness or same wetness, however you want to say that, the same amount of moisture in them, you can stick them together all day long. But if you have one that's a little bit drier than the other, it's better to put some slip on it and stick them together. You'll have a better chance of them staying and not cracking later. So usually what will happen is it'll crack and sometimes fall off. Okay. Here. So I mean, this is not by any means real dry. It's roughly about leather hard right now. But you can see that when I scratch, the material kind of lays on top. And then as soon as I add a little bit of water to it, you can see it kind of gets milky in a way. It gets real loose. And then that allows me to stick this on and kind of wiggle it right in. And it makes it stick. It's almost like a glue. You use magic water? Okay. Yeah, I usually have some slip that I keep in a dish, but it got dried up. But also at the bottom of your containers that you use off the wheel, that's all slip in the bottom. You can always use that too to help attach your pieces. Bob, you should be able just to click on it or right click on that link and say open up in a new tab or something, and it should allow you to see it then. Oh, you might need. Oh, I didn't even think about that, Joel. You're right. You might have to be on a PC to see it. Well, and although Joel, he should be able to click on it, and it'll probably take him out of this channel and into yours to view it. I would think so. Yeah. Is there a way, I don't know that I could share that, can I? How can I do that? I'm not sure that I can. I mean, right here in my stream, how do you do that, Joe? I've never done that. Okay, Leah. Yeah, but if I click on a link in the chat, wouldn't it throw me out of my channel? Or throw me out of my live? Oh, it won't, you can't show the audience. Oh, but it lets me see it, is what you're telling me. It should open a new tab. I don't know. Maybe. Let me see if I can get your link. And I could try it. Yeah, it went to a new tab. And it didn't cancel out my short at all. Okay. Hang on here, guys. How's this? Hey, there's Joel. Okay, so I see the wheel. That's the bar that goes up. Oh, so that's what's squeaking. I bet you're talking in this video and I don't have the sound on.
This wheel actually spins. It's super tight. So I don't know if you can see that. So it's just this bearing inside at the end of the drive shaft here. So I just have to remove that nut, pop the bearing off. I'll inspect it for a code inside. At the end of the drive. Thank you for offering help here, sir. I really appreciate it. Hey, Muirhead. That's what I'm talking about, right? So,
yeah,
you got this arm here, and that motor is on a pivot, and it comes down and touches the wheel head.
Yeah.
And it's not the bearing in the motor. That bearing actually feels super fine. It's this bearing that receives a bunch of water over time. So this let me see if I can set this. This wheel actually spins, and it's super tight. So I don't know if you can see that. So it's just this bearing inside at the end of the drive shaft here.
Okay, I got you, Joel. I got you. Let me get this back. Hey, you guys, you got a new perspective here. Hey, I'm back. All right. So let me get you back around here again. But I do see what you mean now, Joel. All right. Here we go. Okay. Let me get this off of there. Where are we? Get back up here. Get up here. I need to see my chat. Okay. Now I can see y'all again. All right. I don't think I'm at the bottom of my chat yet. I want to adhere some rubber to the flywheel too, so it doesn't ring. Okay. It's a bearing using the lock nut as a slip tension so that the drive wheel doesn't grab. Oh, yep. That would be it. So that's all you need to do now, Joel. We figured that one out. Yeah, that's perfect. All right. We'll do one on the other side now. Yeah, it worked out all right, didn't it, Bob? We were both able to see it just fine. And hear Joel explain it. Yeah, so Joel, that probably won't be too hard to fix, really. Oh, you're welcome, Joel. No problem. Yeah, I'm sure that motor just runs and runs and runs until you apply pressure to your foot, which lowers the whole motor and wheel onto your yeah, thing. The whatchamacallit. Yeah, I wonder why they made it direct like that. That's kind of strange. You plug it in, it starts moving right away. At least the motor does anyhow. Hi, Linda. Glad to see you stopped in. Glad to see you here. I'm just blending his fins in right now. Yep, so I'm just blending his fins in so they are well supported. Then I'll have to go back and smooth everything out again, of course. I think the inside looks pretty good. I'm going to do this one here. Bob, do you think that on his wheel, if that's a one direction bearing? I mean, I don't know why they would really have done that though. Yeah, it definitely looked like it had some stuff missing. So I use my tool to get the majority of it smoothed out, and then I just take the water and spray them up a little bit, take my finger across and smooth it out that way. And with your finger you can kind of feel any rough spots. Just kind of smooth them all out. He's looking pretty good. And I do want to bring his fins around. So at least that they're inside of this diameter anyhow. And probably less likely to be broken off because your cup will be here. So It's looking pretty good so far. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely an old wheel, Joel. All right. He's looking pretty good so far. And he does feel like he's more solid than the one. So he's probably just a little bit drier than the one was last night. Because he had another day to dry. So he'll hold that cup just fine. I will have to build it up just a little bit in the front. Because I did cut a lot of that away, but I mean, that's okay. I think what I did last night is I just put it on here on both sides. When I put it on, I kind of evened them up that way. So that's what I'll do this time. Yeah, you're unique, Joel. There ain't nothing wrong with that. It's a very neat looking wheel. And if it lasted that many years, it's a good wheel. Did you ever find any name on it, Joel? Or who might be the maker of it? Yep, can't buy it, build it. That's what I do. And sometimes people just want way too much money for something you can easily build. So, I mean, if you have the know-how, obviously. What I'm doing here, guys, is I'm just wetting this clay ball up. So what I do is I kind of thin it out a little bit like this into like a little bowl. And I spray some water in there, kind of close it up on itself, kind of like that, and then I mix the water in it like this, and it helps to loosen up that clay more. Okay. Okay. So you think it's homemade? Is that what you're thinking, huh? And you certainly do have a find if it's homemade. I'd hang on to that sucker. For sure. And to be honest with you, Joel, I mean, it looks like a really decent wheel. I mean, it just really does. Is it comfortable to sit on and everything? I mean, you're probably starting to get used to it, just the way it is. Yes, most likely homemade. The guy made 40 or so of them. Oh, wow. Yeah, for sure, Bob. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Let's see here. This. Let's do this. Pottery Brothers need new merch. You can do that. Are you serious, Leah? You can actually do that? That's good, Joel. I got foam on my seat. It came out of one of those foam things you put on top of mattresses and stuff. That's all it is. I just cut a piece off because we were throwing it away and put it on my seat here. It makes it a lot more comfortable. So Leah, you can make merch like that? Do you have your own stuff to do that? Curious. Oh, okay. You're a Jill of many trades. I like that. That's funny. But you sound like you definitely are, you know? You definitely are a Jill of a lot of trades. There's nothing wrong with that either because I've got a lot of stuff under my belt too that, I can do a lot of different things. I've rebuilt small motors. I put big additions on the houses. So I know exactly what you're talking about. So all I'm doing right here is I'm making a little trough, and hopefully he'll bridge his nose here. And kind of help it sit on his head. And I'm just kind of mashing it in there so that it sits on top evenly. It's cool to see a made one. I know I can if I get into this. Yep. For sure, Bob. For sure. Linda could make a divot in the bottom of the bowl to fit the head instead of, oh, chat just moved on me, instead of building it up front. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Linda. I could have done that. It's not real thick though in the bottom of the bowl. It might have came through a little bit, but I could have done that. You're right. Absolutely. You guys said plate stands, and I bet I have 4 designs. Sounds like some old talent here. Oh, wow. You have ADHD, yeah? I have ADD. That's great, Leah. That's great. Let's see. Does he look even? Does he look even? It's a little bit better. Linda has CRS. Full of life. He is full of life, isn't he? In my way, I'm in my way hyper. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh my. All right. Maybe I can get this all to blend better this way. Yeah, then they want you around, don't they, Leah? Once they know you can do all that kind of stuff, they're like, "Hey, can you make this for me? Can you make this for me?" Like, "Oh, now I'm important to you." So, Linda, what's CRS? Yeah, I get you, Leah. I think the best gifts to give are the ones that are handmade, for sure. Hands down. Can't remember. Yeah. Linda, I think we all are kind of in that boat. At least, the older I get. Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely in that boat too. Yep. Sometimes that's a good thing though, right? It can come in handy. I think sometimes it's a gift, you know, it's kind of like selective hearing, right, Bob? It's a gift sometimes. Well, I'm sure you women get that too with your husbands. Husbands or boyfriends or whoever, significant others. I'd love to see an upside down dolphin too, like the chalice resting on its bent tail and maybe its neck teaching the opposite direction. Oh my gosh. Your kids don't think it's a good thing. Yes, don't let him do that to you. It can put you in jail when you're a homemade machinist. Yes, Lee, you're making sense. I think so. He probably does look a little weird standing up there, doesn't he? I'm just trying to make sure everything gets blended. So there's no fear of it freaking flying off or something, or breaking off easy. All right. He looks better now. That's scary. Yeah, that's probably scary. Just give her an idea for sure. What are we doing? Get right in there. Yep. Bob. It's good to have him around, though. Y'all are funny. Yeah. Oh, man. You got yourself a regular pet cemetery. So how's he look, guys? Does he look pretty good? Look pretty good? I hope so. I get worried about the cup. Oh, yep, because it's a lot of weight. I'm going to scratch him on there. I'm going to scratch it on there because I need to add water to this to make it stick more. That's kind of what I was messing around with because I was worried it was going to come off. So, there we go. There we go. Now you got some water on it. There we go. Now we'll turn them upside down, push them into the cup more. It'll stick now. Yeah, when I was putting this on, I was like, probably should have added some water. That's a terrifying image, yeah. Well, today I did have a way to cut out 2 steps. Yeah, you're kind of right. It's a little big for him. He's a strong dolphin, though. You know, he's pretty strong. He can handle it. This dolphin's been lifting some weights. You like him, Gail? There we go. There we go. He's not coming off now. The dolphin's stuck with this mug, with this cup. So I'm curious now, are the 2 dolphins the same height? That would be interesting. If they were the same height, I would be amazed. And grant you, they don't have to be the same height. But I am curious now. I just want to get this little spot up in here I just saw. These here, I keep looking over them and seeing different things I want to fix on them, and sometimes you just have to say that's enough. Oh, look at that. They're all but the same height. Looks like he's leaning a little bit, though, maybe. It's not too awful bad, though, really. He probably could come up a little bit. I don't know that he's going to anymore, though. That's the problem. But, yeah, they're all but the same height. What do y'all think? So they're stinking cute. We lost Joel. He's out tearing his wheel down. You're probably right, Bob. Oh, thank you, Joel. He came back. Good. Now, yeah, I'm surprised they actually turned out very similar. I mean, you know, they are very close to being the same. I mean, they're the same, but they're different, you know. But we already knew they were going to be a little different from each other. Yeah, they're very close. Very, very close. I'm afraid in the kiln they might lean down a little bit. But if they do, I'll just I'll make new ones. I have time. I'll probably be making several of these. Just not, I won't do a live with them again probably, but yeah, I mean that's very close right there. If I spin them this way, there's a little bit, they're a little bit, one's fins are a little bit higher, which that's okay too. Yeah, I think they do look good to each other. just like that. And of course, here's the other one. He's a little bit taller than those. He's a little bit taller. So there you go. What do you all think? He seems very strong, yeah. Yeah, so I made 3 of them this year. These are the 3 I made this year. I made 2 of these. Oh, it's probably been 8 years ago. Or, no. It's been almost 10 years ago that I've made these before. I had somebody come up and ask me to make them for them. And I never made them before, so this is what I did. And then I made this one here in the middle the other, I don't know, probably almost a month ago I made it. Because I wanted to see if I could still do it. Because I needed, somebody said they saw these and they wanted me to make them. I said, all right. So I made this one, decided, yeah, I could still do it. And then here we go, I made these 2 for the order. I think you have a hit. They are beautiful. Thank you, Leah. How am I going to glaze them? That's a good question. I do have some nice blues. I have a nice blue. I have a nice greenish color. I have a white. I don't really have any gray. So I don't know how I'm going to do them yet, you know. I'm just going to try to mix, and I don't know. They don't have to perfectly look like dolphins, right? I mean, color-wise, I don't know. Yes, I have glazed 2 of them that I did probably 10 years ago. So we'll see how these turn out. Gail beat you to it, yeah. Oh, that's it. Well, that's an interesting idea, Joe. I didn't think about that. Is making the cup look like a beach ball. That's interesting. You gave me an idea now, Joel. Thank you. Black or white? Well, hey, that's a thought too. Because nothing says they have to look, the colors have to be exactly right for the dolphins. So they could almost be like yin and yang, right? In a way. You think the blue would look great? I do too. I definitely do too. I have white that I could use for their bellies, and probably a lighter blue I could use for the top half of them. I don't know. Yeah. What colors make light gray? I'm not sure I have anything here that I could make light gray. All the glazes I have here are commercial glazes, and I don't have any materials here to make my own glazes. However, I could buy some glaze for that. Leah says black and white. Should I make like one of them black and one of them white? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if this customer wants them that way. They didn't really tell me how they wanted them glazed. I think the last time I did these, I just glazed them all one color, which was probably like a light blue. Yeah, blue or white, yep. Yeah, I definitely have to ask the customer what they would rather have. Because they're not going to look perfect like a dolphin, you know? It's just, that's how glazes are. They're not going to be, it's not going to be perfect. I think, yeah, you're right. All white would be pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Very striking, yeah. More custom, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think they look pretty nice. I'm pretty pleased with it, actually, you know. I am very pleased with them. I'm hoping that they don't collapse on me. I probably should have made him more like the one in the middle. You see how the cup sits more back and he's looking more up like this? I probably should have made these two more like that. And if I make more of them, I probably will do it that way. And I may even, on Joel's idea, make these into like a beach ball looking. Or the slips. Yeah, you're right. You're right. They could do slips. Yeah. Thank you, Gail. That's a good one. See, that's why you're a wrench, right? Bob's working on being a wrench too. I am very happy, Bob. I am very happy. Very happy. Pretty pleased. Yep, God gave me this gift, and I'm trying to use it to the best of my ability. And he surprises me every day with the stuff that I can do. Those are scrapbook pictures, yeah. Yeah. Aw, thank you, Leah. Thank you. I think they do look cool, don't they? It's a good snapshot. We'll put this one more in the middle too. But yeah. And Sabrina, beautiful. Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of them. They turned out well. Hopefully they go through the kiln well. I don't have any issues with them. I gotta stamp them yet. I gotta put my seal of approval on them. Yep, I am, Leah. I am. And you guys got to watch the whole process. From start to finish. And it's quite a process. It takes a while. Any kind of sculpture like this takes a while. But it's fun to do. I find it fun to do. And I hope you all found it fascinating to watch. I mean, y'all stuck around, so I'm assuming you did. I do have a lot of other stuff to make. Not sculpture-wise, but I have a lot of stuff like cups to make that you put the straw in, or you can put a straw in, like a travel cup type of thing. I got some people that want those, and some other different types of mugs that they want made. So I have stuff to make. I got to get made before Christmas, because all this stuff is Christmas gifts. So I got a lot of work to do in the next few weeks. So I'm glad my new kiln's coming soon. Oh, you're welcome, Joel. I appreciate it. I appreciate that you stuck around and you like these lives. I hope to get my viewer count up and get more people subbed in here. I'm like 2 away from 100. 2 subs away from 100. Bob says, I'm glad you did. You answered many questions I had, and just seeing a craftsman work is great. Thank you, Bob. That's a very wonderful comment. I appreciate that. I really do. That means a lot to me. You know, all your comments mean so much to me. So yeah, pretty pleased, guys. So I don't know if I won't be doing a live tomorrow night because we got to go vote, and I hope you all are going to go vote too if you haven't already. You're welcome, Gail. You're welcome. And come back, because I'm going to be doing more stuff, you know. I do have, like I said, more mugs to do for Christmas. There's just so much I have to get done. So these here took a while to do, so I'm hoping they turn out. But I should try to make a couple more of these before Christmas, just in case these don't work. So you always got to make extra. Linda, I have a cup that changes color when hot. Oh, yeah. How does that work? It has to do with the chemical makeup of whatever they put on the mug. Is it a ceramic mug? Because, I mean, I guess it would be a ceramic mug. Or it wouldn't have to be. I don't know. I haven't seen a regular glaze that you put on pottery that does that. So that's quite unique. I have seen stuff like that before. I just haven't seen it. Okay, yeah, I haven't seen it on a ceramic piece yet. I'll have to look into that, Linda. I don't. Do you know where you bought it from, or who may have made it, possibly? It'd be interesting to look into to see what that is. Yeah, we got to vote. Vote. So I'm excited to go vote. We need some changes done around here. It was a promo from American Eagle retailer store. Okay. All right. Yeah, exactly, Bob. I mean, that's exactly right. I like making this kind of stuff where you don't have to rush around and you can just appreciate making the piece. And I think more of you tends to go into the piece when you don't put that kind of stress on the artist. You know, that's why, when I would have a painting made or whatever, something like that, I wouldn't worry about when I was going to get the painting. I would just ask them to make me one. And when they got to it, they would finish it, and I would get back a very beautiful painting. So I don't like rushing artists. Rushing an artist is not the right thing to do. At least in my book. But, all right, guys. What is it, 9 o'clock? Oh, dang. 2 hours. That was last night, wasn't it? Yeah. 2 hours long to finish it, so. All right. So I did the same amount of time, so I guess that's what it takes. Yep, it's not good to rush an artist. All right, guys. Thank you for stopping by. I love each and every one of you. I appreciate all of your comments. Exactly, I hate getting a quilt with a time frame, but so far I've always met it. Well, exactly. So if you have this time frame that's months into the future, it helps, right? I mean, because then you're not feeling stressed to try to get it done, and you put more of your love into the product you're making. I just think that you just don't rush an artist, period. You just don't. And you're right, Linda. Yeah. Thank you, Leah. I appreciate all your help. You've done great. You've helped me out so much in these past couple days because I've went live almost every day here over the weekend and now into Monday. So, but like I said, I won't be live tomorrow. And what I'll do is that if you have the notifications or you check Facebook, I'll put notifications on there if I'm going to go live. I know, Linda, you're wonderful. Leah, you're wonderful. Yep, for sure, Linda, for sure. Yeah. Gail, thank you if you're still on here. I think you still are. Thank you for stopping by and sticking around. I appreciate your knowledge that you have. Bob, I appreciate the knowledge you have. You're a wonderful person to talk to, and it'd be nice to meet you face to face and have a good conversation. So, each and every one of you, thank you very much, and we'll do this again in a few days, probably. We'll probably be making mugs and stuff. So, yep. Good night, everyone. Have a good evening. If you haven't voted, go vote tomorrow, please. See y'all. Yep. See you, Joel. Make plate stands, Bob says. Yeah. Yeah, we are going to need those, aren't we? Here's the other view. Let's spin these guys around. You're welcome, Gail. Like I said, I appreciate having you here. You're honored. I'm honored. I'm honored that you're here and you're able to gift us with your expertise. You stay well, Joel. Yep. I'll see you soon. See y'all soon. You have a good evening. All right. Take care, and we'll catch you soon. All right. Good night.